Hey, what's going on? I have done a few films for festivals and whatnot, and I've looked for fake blood. And while you can make the stuff out of Karo syrup or food coloring, red, green, people have said yellow and orange and whatnot, you can spend a ton just on food coloring. So I stumbled across this video from Film Riot, and Ryan talks about this fake blood powder. It's called Wicked Blood Powder. And while you probably can't read it because I've used a pretty good bit of it, it comes from fxwarehouse.info. The link will be in the description, hopefully. And anyway, it's a powder is what it is. So basically it says it makes 6 to 8 gallons of fake blood. I don't know that to be true, but I don't know it not to be true either because I've used a pretty good bit of it. But if you want to see, if this can show anything, see, it's just a powder. It almost looks like, honestly, chocolate. But instead of talking about what it looks like and everything, let's go make some. Okay, we're in my kitchen, and what we're gonna need, obviously, is the fake blood powder. We're gonna need something to mix it in. I think I got some kind of little beaker looking thing. Is that what it's called, a beaker? Like the class in school. Anyway, and we're gonna need some corn syrup. Now I bought this from the Dollar General. I can't remember how much it was. I think this size was like $1 or $2 or something, I don't know. You can buy the other brands, but why spend more? It's gonna get wasted anyway. So anyway, and the other thing, the last thing we're gonna need, besides something to stir it with, is gonna be water. So I'm gonna get to making. Okay, so I'm gonna make this live. So basically, you've got your cup. First thing you wanna do is pour the syrup in, is what I do. Pour a little bit of that in there. I'm not gonna make a lot because I'm not gonna waste this stuff. And anyway, syrup's poured in. The next thing I want to do is get some of this powder, put the powder in there. And it doesn't take very much at all, especially for this little application. Whoa, that's way too much. I'll show you how much I just used. If you can see that or not, that's a lot. So anyway, the next thing you want to do is add the water. So you will go to here and just a little bit of water. Like, that's probably just right. Now, the more water you use, obviously, the more you're gonna bleach it. So you gotta think about that. So from there on out, I'm just using, like my cereal spoon to stir this with. And if you use too much powder or too much water, you're adding the other one or the other back inside or whatever. So anyway, this looks pretty good to me. And obviously, the more syrup you use, the thicker the blood. Obviously, the more water, the thinner the blood, and thinner the color, by the way. Okay, so if you can see this, I'm gonna get it out and pour it. Let's see what it looks like. See what you think. Now, that may be a little too dark, so I could add more water to overcompensate for it. But, let me show you this. The cool thing about it is, whenever this stuff gets wet, it looks horrible. Like, good, Okay, so there's the stuff. I'll pour it on a different side because I'll show you this too. All right, now I'm gonna get the camera and see what you did in the sink. Okay, first thing you want to do is, forgive me because I'm a one-man show. But that's it in the sink, and as you can see, the stuff right there, water's touched. And see, watch this. Now let me move it over here. Tell me what you think. Is that not like nasty? Now on the back of the bottle, it's gonna have, your instructions or whatever. And I think I even read where it says, be careful, it may not come out of clothes and all that stuff. Don't put it in your mouth or stuff like that. But we've broken all those rules. I have had one person on set, makeup girl, who puts it in her mouth. I don't suggest doing that. We do not swallow that. I have had a zombie put it in his mouth. It doesn't taste that bad because it's all sugar syrup and stuff. I wouldn't want to do it, but I'm definitely not going to swallow it. Another thing is with the clothes, I have not yet had a stain of this not come out. It's going to come out. So, but don't take my word for it. Still be careful, obviously. And whatever you do from there is up to you. But I do highly recommend the fake blood powder. It's a pigment powder, and I don't know if it'll make 6 to 8 gallons, but it does make a ton. Thanks for watching.